How does it feel to be the first person here? Well, thanks, John. This is something I don't take lightly. Thank you for the opportunity to actually start with this key topic, achieving your dreams, goals, and desires. So last year, I was here for the production summit. And the first thing John made us to do is something similar to this. He said, you know, write the things, 7 things you are present to. And I did. I wrote 7 things, which is not I will be, but something I am. And when I wrote it down on a sheet of paper, like we did now, I went back home and I said, no, I don't want to put it on a sheet of paper. I will forget it. So I printed it boldly and I put it beside my bed. I said, these are the 7 things I am. And you know what? My kids will come, say, Mommy, something, you have this, because I don't write like 7 things. I write the 7 things with dates. So by October, this is what it's going to be. By January, this is what's going to be. One of them last year was I'm going to actually get an assistant. And thanks to all the speakers from last year, I got that from Kerry and Fernando, you know. Everybody talked about how to expand the business. And I went back and I put it down there. I'm going to get an assistant by October. So October came. And I did get an assistant, but it just did not work out. So what was the next thing happening to me? I'm like, maybe this is not for me. But I said to myself, no. I said I am, not I will be. So the challenges are actually my opportunity for growth. So I'm going to continue to pursue for an assistant. And in January, I got somebody else who is really helping me with the paperwork. But thanks again to John, on every Monday's call, he's trying to get our mindset in the right direction. And with the books, you know, The Unleashed, I read those books and I see that it helps my mind to stay focused on what the goal is. So now, for some of us here, do we have our goals written down? Oh, that's beautiful. Because I tell myself, you know what? If you ask me what my goal is in the middle of the night or in my sleep and I can't tell you, then I don't have a goal. I have to be able to tell you if I'm sleeping, I'm waking up, and you say, what's your goal for this year? I should be able to tell you without thinking about it. That's how present I am to the goals. Now, I want to tell you, how did I get here? I started my career not in real estate. I used to work in IT. And how did I get into real estate? I got into real estate because I used to send a lot of leads to agents. And sometimes they come back telling me, oh, you know what? The agent just did not call me. Oh, the agent just did not do this. And because I wanted people to have that opportunity to, you know, either invest, build their investment, or get a new home. So I said, maybe this is something I should get into. It should be exciting. And I decided, okay, go ahead. I did the licensing. I passed it. And I just felt, okay, now I have the license. Everybody who wants to buy a house will just call my phone. So I'm here, month 1, no call, no deal. Month 2, nothing happened. But thanks again to John's call. And then I make that call to him and he says, so how many people do you have in your database? I'm like, database? No, I don't have nobody. And then what about your phone book? But then I had a lot of names in my phone book, maybe over 200. And I said, John, all the names in this phone, you're not people who want to buy homes, trust me. Not one. And he said, that is another mindset I have to deal with, because I've already tagged them based on what I think. But then I could do something more, right? I could call them and tell them, I'm in real estate, you don't want to buy, but you may know somebody who wants to buy, right? So can you send me that person? And I said, okay, probably based on what I can filter from this phone book, there are just 12 people. I got the 12 people. I did, of course, to call 12 people is like a day's job, or less than a day. I called the 12 people and they just laughed. I said to myself, no, this is not working. So I said, I'm going to change my strategy. But what was on my mind was I was headed somewhere when I was not about to give up. So on my mind, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take this more serious. So I decided I was going to call most of the people on the phone book. And I tell them the same thing. I'm going to tell them, you know what, I'm in real estate now. You need to, if you know somebody who wants to buy or sell, and then we take it from there. I tried that, and then they would just laugh. I said, no, this is not working. I changed the strategy again, back to John. And then, so what did you do differently? I said, I called, but nobody did anything. He said, then keep calling. So this time around, I changed my strategy. So I would call. Okay, because I have to get in the people's face, right? There are so many agents out there. I'm just coming in new into the business. So, like, sometimes they might even not remember that I'm in real estate. So this time around, I call. I say, okay, you know what? I know you know somebody. I changed the way I positioned it. I didn't say, can you send me somebody? I said, I know you know somebody who wants to buy a house or wants to sell a house. Can you give me the person's name? Not really. Okay, I'll call you in 2 days. And in 2 days' time, I'm calling you back. And I'm like, okay, remember you were going to send me somebody. So gradually, I was getting in the people, and they knew I was serious. But again, it's fun, right? Well, when I make the call, we all laugh, but then they take the action. So now, on the third call, they are taking me serious. I'm calling to follow up. I follow up. And they're like, okay, yeah, I know somebody. Okay, I'm going to send you the name. That's how I started building my database. So last year, I started with, I had like 100 names. And from the production summit, I was like, I'm going to increase to 200. But by the end of the year, that was my goal. I'll double it, right? But now I already have over 200 names because I keep at it. I'm doing the things that, I hear on the call on Mondays, and then the inspiration I get from other people, I am doing it. Now, what's the biggest thing for me with goals? Number one is writing it down. I have to write it down because until I have it on paper and I put it in my heart, I say to myself over and over again, I may not be present to it. So I write it down. And the other thing I do with my goals is I surround myself with the right influences. Right influences, of course, we have John, and then we have a lot of people who are actually doing something. They're achieving something. Like, I really got inspired when Kerry said one time, he said, I don't wait to meet my goal. I actually go ahead of my goal to take the action. So he gave an example. So he says, I want to buy a new car for my wife. I'm not going to wait till I make that 600,000 to buy a new car for my wife. I am going to buy that car like a mortgage, and then I'll be paying it. So that is my driver. So I am walking from behind to getting to where I want to go. So as opposed to, oh, you know what? When I make that 200,000, then I'm going to buy that car, right? You might never make it. But when you know you have a mortgage to pay, what are you going to do? You wake up in the morning and go to work. You're not going to sleep in. You'll be thinking, oh, I don't want to default. I have to pay this bill. So I find that is really effective in terms of if you have a specific goal, then you work towards it and you can get it. So 3 of the things last year I had said I was going to do. One was I was going to get an assistant. I'm just going to take 3. There were 7 of them. The second one was I'm going to adopt 5 more children. Now I already had 17, so they are going to become 22. And you know, that's some commitment. But I'll tell you my story, how I got there. Why I do some of the things I do. So, some years ago, I was involved in an accident. I think I've said this story before. And I happened to be in the hospital for months because I had a broken leg. And the other part I don't think I mentioned to you last year was I had a brain injury. So I remember on the bed, the doctor came and he said, I won't be able to survive. I said, I will. Days went by, it looked like nothing was happening. And every time everybody came around me and they looked at me, they felt like it was hopeless. I said to them, no, I will be fine. I will get up from here and I will be fine. I remember a couple of days, went by. The situation was looking worse. And I said to God, I said, if I get up from this bed, if I can get up from this bed, I will make sure I do everything to make a difference in the next person's life. I remember just after I had made those affirmation, confession, I just started picking up. But something I had said, I remember when the doctor had said to me, you will not be able to function. I said to him, I believe that the injury I had was correcting my brain. It was not making me not functional. And so that's my second point with goals and dreams. What do you see? When things come at you, when things change at you, what do you see? Because it's about my mindset. If I had said what everybody said, what everybody saw, what everybody wanted me to be. In fact, the doctor even said, if you ever come up from here, you would not be able to have children. I said, no, I will. And I have 3. So I had to get my mind and my body to function in the direction my goals and dreams were. Thereafter, I started the journey to reach out to these kids. But the biggest thing for me, aside from, the satisfaction that I get and the commitment which I make to them, is when they send me those messages and they said, "You are the reason why I'm living." I have them on my phone. Like, without you, maybe I would never be able to go to school. And just this year, when John was talking about our mindset, strategizing to strengthen your mindset. One of the things that came to my mind was by 2023, so I added my 2023 goals. So I've moved from 2022. I live in 2023 now. I said, I am going to build an orphanage for these kids, where they will all be able to go to school. Not just I'm sponsoring them, I'll be able to get a lot more of them to be helped. And then the second thing that happened is identifying the opportunities. In those opportunities, I remember my dad, he's over 90, right? And then he's going to the hospital. What the doctor said to him, he said he needs to be able to exercise his muscles. That's what's affecting him. And then there was really no fitness center for him to go to. And I said to myself, 2023, I am putting a fitness center for the seniors. So you can imagine all the seniors that are going through this. Now, I'm not here to talk about making $2 million, because $2 million will come when I have a vision. My vision is big, to do big things, to impact people's lives. So I'm confident that the deals will come. The market changed a lot this year, and every time it's like ringing in my brain. Okay, are you sure you can make this $2 million? Are you sure you can get this? Are you sure you can get these 6 leads and all that? And I said to myself, the market changing shows that I'm growing bigger, I'm expanding, because it matters what I see and what I say. So surrounding myself with the right team has been a great help to achieving those goals. So one of the things I don't find myself, sorry, that's just me, I don't stick around with people who tell me it cannot work. Just tell me how it will work. That's all I need. Wow. So I just want to know, how is it going to work? If I know how it's going to work, then I am closer to my goals and my dreams and my desires. So 3 things. Number 1, I said, first, you have to have that goal somewhere. It has to be very clear. Anytime, any day, any moment, somebody writes you or calls you, you know what it is. So opportunities like this event is something I know is helping me to get to that goal, because I know where I'm headed. I know some people say, I don't feel like waking up in the morning. I don't feel like going to sell real estate. Sometimes I feel like I'm not making it. But because I have a vision, I have a goal, I cannot not feel it. If there's anything like that, I have to feel. I have to do something, because I have people I'm responsible to, I have commitments, I have lives that I have to touch. Just think about it. If what the doctor had said to me, you're not going to see the next day, and I'm no more, so I wouldn't be able to make that difference. But I said, when I get up from this bed, every single day will make a difference. Every single day will touch people's lives. And that's what I'm about. So when it comes to, what I have to do to get to where I'm going, I'm constantly evolving in my thoughts. I'm constantly surrounding myself with the same visioners, like people who would help me to get to my destination. People who have the same thought process like me, who will help me see impossibilities and make them possibilities. And that's why I love this team. Like, I like the way John put it. He said production summit. I said, you know, when I was preparing for the production summit, I wanted to stay at home, right? And I'm just like 15 minutes from here. I said, no, that's not the right attitude. Let me go and pay that hotel. Let me get somewhere. I have to have the right environment. I have to have the right conditions. I have to be around the right people, because this is another opportunity for me to expand and to build this business. I don't need the distractions. So that's the second thing, surrounding myself with the right people, the right environment, the right tools to help me to get to those dreams and goals. And finally, of course, John would have said it's a gala night. And then that's beautiful. But he said production. So I love the word production. Production summit. So I have my goals from this production summit written down. And then I'm going to, when I leave here to my room, I'm going to break it up. It's big, right? I'm going to break it up. Week 1, what do I do? Week 2, what do I do? Month 1, what am I going to do? Month 2, first quarter. And before I get to the end of the year, I would have been able to achieve it in bits and get to my destination. Thank you so much. Thanks, John, for the opportunity.
I gave you the keys, so you bring it right back. I just think it's funny how it goes. Now I'm on the road.